With this short video, I just wanted to explain our first lab. And here is our Blackboard content homepage, the syllabus, the first 3 days of our class, quizzes and assignments, and the first assignment is in there, which is actually a discussion post. That's simply it. And then our first lab. So click into the content folder called All Labs. And our first lab will be to estimate your VO2 max. So you'll click into that folder, and here's the actual assignment link. So when you're done, you're going to upload the lab report. And the lab report is here where it says Lab 1, Rockport Walk Test, or the Queens College Step Test. So you will download this Word document, and I've downloaded that already. And so here is the Word document for Lab 1. And there's 2 ways I would like you to estimate your VO2 max. One is called the Rockport 1 Mile Walk. So if you're able to find a track or a treadmill, if you have a treadmill at home, or even if you can find a flat space like walking around the block, and with your phone or with maps you can find a distance that's exactly 1 mile, you can use this Rockport 1 Mile Walk Test. And I've explained the guidelines here, and here's data you'll need. And you'll need your ending heart rate after this 1 mile walk, and you'll enter that information here and do some calculations to estimate your VO2 max. And here's an example of an older male who walked it in 19 minutes and had an ending heart rate of 113. So you'll type out your math right here in this Word document. Then you can check your work at this exrx.net website, and you'll look for what's called the Walkport, W-A-L-K, Walkport. And I think I've provided the link in the folder for this lab. If you cannot get outside and walk, like if you don't have space or you can do social distancing, the other option, or if you want to do this, you can do this as well, but it's called the Queens College Step Test. And try to find a step that is 16.25 inches tall, and that's pretty tall. If you can step up 2 normal steps at your house, maybe. Steps in a home are typically 8 inches tall, so if you could step up 2 of those, that would be about right. See what you can find. It's 3 minutes, and here's a nice link for the protocol, and I've actually copied the protocol in the lab. And you'll need to know your ending heart rate, and you'll plug that into this equation, and it's a slightly different cadence for men versus women. And you'll type out your math here for the Queens College Step Test. And then part 2 is I also copied this picture from our textbook and put it in the folder for this lab. There's a simple estimation just sort of based on your age and how much exercise you do to come up with an estimated VO2 max. So that's part 2 of this lab. And then part 3 are just 4 simple questions. So in this space, just type out your measurements and how close were they. In this space, if you did the Rockport 1 mile walk, type out those results, and then how appropriate is it for you, do you think, for this 1 mile walk test? Or if you did the Queens College Step Test, you can type that in there, or if maybe you were able to do both. And look up a definition for VO2 max, and you can cut and paste if you want, or you can look it up in our book. So what does VO2 max mean? And then look up for your age group, your sex, what would be an average, like the 50th percentile ranking for VO2 max. So relatively straightforward, simple lab. It'll be fun to see what estimations for VO2 max we can come up with.